This video shows an IATF auditor undertaking a part of an IATF 16949 remote audit at a certified client. Watch this video and see if this aspect of the remote audit is undertaken effectively.
Carl, I'm here to audit tooling management. So before we do anything, can you just show me the procedure, please?
Yep, so I'll just email you over the tool run procedure now so you can have a review.
Okay, perfect. I'll look out for that.
That should be on its way now.
Yep, got it.
Yep.
Okay, let me just open that up. Yeah, I think what would be helpful, just as I sort of try and familiarise myself with this, it would be really helpful if you could just show me how this procedure works. Is it possible to go and sort of for you to take me through the process?
Yeah, we do have an on-site tool room, so we can go down and have a look.
Brilliant. That would be great. Yeah, so if we head down to the tool room, that would be brilliant. A tool production schedule seems to drive what tools are needed.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be good if you could just give me a sort of sense of what happens here in the tool room.
Yeah. So every time there's a tooling breakdown, a ticket will be raised on our ERP system. When the ticket's raised, the tool will be physically brought to the tool room, as you can see in this loading bay here.
Yeah.
So that's everything that's awaiting work to be done. And then when the tool room manager gives the priority of what needs to be done first, then the guys will work on it on the benches, as you can see.
Okay, so it's sort of prioritised into them. I noticed in the procedure, it talks about tools that have failed in some way. They need to be identified with a red marker. Is that something that happens?
Yeah, so if there's a tooling issue and we can't fix it, we might send it out for external repair, or we would put it in the red tag area if it was unfixable.
Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. And how do the team because I can see you've got a few people working in there, quite a few people working in the tool room.
Yeah.
How do they know what to do?
So we do have internal training documents that basically detail how to be a tool maker, how to fix the certain aspects of our tools, and they're trained off to those documents and witnessed as well.
Okay.
To prove that they're competent.
Yeah. Okay. Again, that's interesting. And let's just have a little look around. If you just scan around, what else is there going on in there? Is there sort of are they doing measuring and stuff? Are they measuring things in there as well?
Well, let's just have a look.
Let's have just a.
So, like for this one, for example, we're fixing the tool. So as we practice, we're using the jig to see how it seats on the tool and to see what kind of shape it is, etc. So that's that one.
Yeah.
All our kosh chemicals as well, stored in a cupboard.
Yeah. Okay.
And then any other tools that we need to use will be used by the guys.
Yeah. And again, presumably they've got their own measuring equipment and stuff like that if they need to measure anything.
Yeah, they have their own calipers and micrometers and stuff, yes.
Yeah. And out of interest, Carl, do they all have copies of the procedure in there? How would they know what the procedure says? Do they have a copy down there?
To be honest, the copy is not displayed in the tool room itself. They do all read the process.
Okay.
And yeah, it's not actually displayed.
Okay, all right. That's great. Thanks, Carl. That's really helpful. Thank you.
The auditor stated he was going to audit the tooling management process. The first document he asked for was the procedure. This is not effective application of the automotive process approach. Also, in doing a remote audit, confidentiality arrangements have to be clearly defined. For example, in a face-to-face audit, auditors would not normally take copies of procedure, while in this case, the auditor asked for the procedure to be emailed to him. The good thing is that the auditor asked to see the tool room. But when he was taken there, the questions were not focused, and many of the questions were closed or leading questions. Questions were very led by the procedure rather than asking the auditee to explain actually what happens within the process. There were lots of opportunities for audit trails to be followed, but the auditor did not indicate that any of the trails would be followed that had been initiated. There was no interface with the people in the work area. All the questions were directed towards the quality engineer. To undertake an effective remote audit, it is essential that the auditor does good preparation, including the review of external and internal performance data. In this video, the auditor was just not focused. They were asking very general questions, and many of the questions were actually leading or closed questions. The automotive process approach requires an auditor to effectively audit processes, not just leading questions by reviewing a procedure. No reference was made to any specific tools or any specific employees, meaning that any objective evidence that was gathered was very general. In a process like tooling management, there is no specific requirement that the related work instructions are available within the work area. The main thing is that the people should be aware that the procedures or the work instructions are established and that employees are competent and that any documented procedures or work instructions are actually being followed.